Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to another recording of Shantae, Half-Genie Hero Ultimate Edition. I was looking over here at the greenstone and that was weird that we just found that, and that seemed to have just been an extra item. You whip green gems to convert them to magic. We also have found the waterfall relic, which has not been mentioned in the main story. My setup is a little weird at the moment because I turned off my first monitor, and so now, while it didn't seem to really affect the recording in any way, it has moved the game Shantae from my first monitor to my second monitor, which now is strange. I guess it doesn't matter. I suppose I could potentially bounce between the two monitors and then I would look up and down more often, and potentially save some work on my neck, some creaking of my neck. I guess I have been fairly tilted back with the position of my original monitor because it is kind of high up. It was quite frankly a hassle to figure out a way to get the second monitor to mount without putting a second wall mount on the wall, which that probably would hurt the resale value of a house a little bit. It's one thing to have one wall mount on on the wall. It's a whole different thing. I guess we're gonna go check out the flying carpet area, which this should be fairly easy to do now. We know that there's at least one collectible thing over here. Well, two collectible things. Where we've gotten everything here. And we've gotten everything here. And we know that there's a art key somewhere in this area, but I'm not sure exactly where. And we know there's a ton of stuff here, so let's go. Yeah. I lost my train of thought there. Okay. So, at the core of this, you would ride. And I guess you have to ride to start. Be careful here. So, unless there was a weird achievement for avoiding any fights in a level, it seems like this whole section is pretty undone. Is that it's supposed to be a fish? I don't know what that is. Like an eel, perhaps? Kind of feels like it would be kind of impossible to have any collectibles in this section at all. So this might just be another platforming section that is best left alone. And then those movement lines are crazy. Yeah. What I eventually did with the second monitor is I have it hanging using part of the wall mount bracket to connect to where the screw holes for the stand of the first monitor would be. And the first monitor is a big old 10-year-old device, so it's like a 40 or 50 pound. Nah, it's probably closer to 30 pounds. I guess we have to land here to move forward. So there's a pacifist run. But yeah, it's like a 30-pound TV that needs a sturdy base, where all my new TV is just, very much your standard. This is a very light piece of electronics that barely has any electronics in it at all. type device. It's, I think, 18 pounds at most. So very little danger of my setup going horribly awry, but it does have one 40-inch monitor holding up another 40-inch monitor. It also goes to show that there's a certain point here, like 10, 15, 20 years ago, there was a big focus on getting new TVs, like the HD TV revolution, or evolution, really, was happening, and there was a lot of hot talk about you need a 1080p TV, you need to have be prepared for the transition, the digital transition, which at the end of the day there was kind of no real truth to that, because everything pretty much still worked unless you had a 40 or 50-year-old TV, and it was easy enough to get a free converter box during the process if you just didn't want to get rid of your old TV. And certainly we have changed quite a bit as far as the focus of TV. Streaming services still implement on a television, but more and more, a lot of people are moving, if not in whole, in major parts, to watching everything on tablets and smartphones. And there was always those weirdos that just refused to have a TV in the first place. And more people now kind of, it makes a lot more sense. While we're in this level, what I'd really like to find is if there's a store snake lady. Because if we do find one, then that probably implies there's one in most levels. Interesting how the floor went back to being a completely normal floor. Huh. Well, we found one secret here. I'm trying to push downward to see if maybe there's a secret area that I can't see. I feel like these lasers were too much. Really no need to throw in the lasers on top of the cannons and the fire blasters. You could have easily had a fire blaster at the end of that path, and then that be the thing that potentially knocks people away. In an abundance of precaution, I'll take that. Yeah, I was fairly certain I could go down these. Okay. Do I think a elephant dash can get me all the way through that? No. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope. 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 So unless I need the invincibility, I don't know what ability would help me here. The crab can't do anything. The mouse might be fast, but I don't think the mouse is that fast. Is there possibly enough room for the mouse to maybe get in the middle? Seriously? I don't know if this is really how you're supposed to do this, but apparently this is doable this way. It really doesn't feel like that's the right way to do that. And either I'm gonna have to... Oh, wait a minute. With the monkey bullet? Perhaps? No. Okay, what I'm gonna do is try to get right between the two bolts. If I can, but I don't think I can. So I do think this is gonna take two attempts. Or just like multiple attempts. Is it worth it? Oh man. I almost had it there. And you know you're not getting... You know you're not getting out of it this way. This really doesn't feel like this is the right answer. And yet we found a solution if we can get it to work. On the other hand, this is wasting a lot of time. We'll just do this real slow. In multiple turns. I suppose I might have just been able to walk there in my normal form. But yeah, you can once again see I am not really a fan of these setups. And it's not like we're getting a ton of gems or anything. And yeah, I don't think there's even a collectible in here. Unless we get some other ability. Yeah, I think they're running a trick here. I think they want you to actually wait for the laser to come all the way the other direction. So you can do that. Because this does not seem like this lets you go down. This is a great example of a level that feels like it's something important when... Seriously? What am I doing wrong? Hmm. Like, half of those things just don't seem to want to work. Yep. Yeah, the first time this happened, that was very high action-y. Second time this happens, we go through this. Not anywhere as interesting. And are we gonna run into like any flowers? Yeah, I doubt it. So they've kind of forgotten about that. That's something I could definitely see as an issue here. Is that you? I kind of wish I could fight the boss again. Like, you could easily here we go. We wouldn't have been able to do that last time. Like, you with some work, you could have made this game have a lot more integration and callbacks to features and abilities. Yep, and we just found a redstone, which I imagine you can hit red rubies now. Converts red gems into hearts, which I don't know if I want either one of those actually enabled, but it's nice to have the opportunity. Of course, that also... Oops. Also just goes to show that there's a lot of collectibles here that they've just added. Even though my whipping speed is fairly high though, I tend not to go like that when hitting the jugs, so it probably is fine. And see, here you can see a full vertical fly up, and I believe it was in this level that we really skipped stuff. We really didn't bother to look at anything. We probably came through here. Probably came through here. Maybe we did something down here. I know there's something down there. The question is, how do we get to that? Alright. So, is there something I need to see over here? Or are we fine? I feel like we're fine. Yeah, I think we've seen everything there is that needs to be seen. It's not this room that I was thinking about anyways. I don't know if it's canonically a wise decision to have a harpy that kind of has some slidey movement. Like, gameplay wise that makes a lot of sense, but one would assume that a harpy would have to perch on slippery rocks quite often, so the idea that you would slip on the regular ground with harpy claws doesn't really make sense. And we're two-shotting these guys, 2 or 3-shotting them, and that's probably about as good as we're ever gonna get. Alright. Let's see if we did this. No, we didn't because we didn't have a light source. But you know what? In this instance, I think we might be able to live without that. So we know there's a lot of vertical spikes. So at this point, we'll just... Alright, well, let's try something here. Fireballs don't show you much. How about this? I mean, we could probably do that. We can get this far. What if we then tried a vertical bat to go this far? I don't know why they would have wanted to give us such a difficult challenge area, but we've done everything else, so okay. And I guess that means that area is safe. Nope. I'm trying to think here. Is there possibly something I'm not getting? Well, one of the things I'm not getting here is that you just can't do that. You can't break any of these jars or you will not have the visual markers you need. Alright. Up, 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 up. Over, 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 over. What now? Is there just like nothing here? Wow. And that got us spider venom, and I have no idea if that was supposed to be a spider path. But now we can shoot spider venom. Maybe there was just a level here where walking all the way to the left. I'm not really ashamed to have cheated that, because that does feel like just a ridiculous challenge. Let's see. We'll take a couple of hits, but then I'll move towards using a potion. And there's no reason to fight that guy. This was the room, I think, that maybe we needed to look a little bit more harder against. Let's see. We've got anything of interest over here? No, I imagine we were just using the chains. And if we push that, and then if we push that, does that then open a path? Yes, it does. Probably could have done that earlier, but now that we can do what we're doing, it'll actually be fairly easy to okay. So you don't get squashed. We need to rocket ourselves over that way. I thought we'd eventually run into a puzzle like this. Gotta just be careful. Yeah, and I don't think it's gonna go too crazy with it. Yeah, that's a very reasonable number of platforming things. And then we can just go ahead and kill ourselves to get out of the room nice and easily. And that just puts that over there. That puts that over there. And that leaves us over here. Yeah, we see this area down below, but I don't know if that means anything. But we did see that there also was a down below area before. So I think all that work, and we very possibly still ended up missing something, unfortunately. Also, I don't know if any of the things we collected have anything to do with what we were looking for, which is the zombie hamster. But I think we want the poster. Yeah, it would be fairly nice if you could break this and it would restart the boss fight. But it won't. This boss fight would have been the perfect place to use obliterate, since there would have been a lot of people on screen at one time. And there's an achievement for killing a lot of people with obliterate, but I think I already got that achievement. Well, I don't think there's any reason to hang around Sequin Town. So let's just go to the last location. We're basically wrapping up here, which is strange, certainly. Like, very, very strange to have so many collectibles. Yeah, we did miss two things, actually. And those two collectibles are not, like, Like, we're getting these collectibles and they're not doing anything for us. They may be giving us a different ending, and that's it. Alright. I want to see if Mr. Blobby would react differently. Good news is I guess we're grinding out things. We also didn't find a shop, so if a shop does exist. Oh. So the blobfish actually does have a attack ability. I suspect there's probably a trick or an achievement around bouncing off of enemies and staying off the ground. If you had told me the blobfish actually was a potentially viable enemy, I would have laughed in your face. Alright, well, we know, having been here before, we know that there's something in this general upward direction that we couldn't reach, and now that we can fly, we would have no problem reaching. So we have bat sonar. So when we turn into a bat... Oh, I wonder if bat sonar lets you see in the dark. That would certainly explain that one weird room. Still not sure what the deal with these breakable bricks are, other than maybe just tradition to have them in Shantae games. Let's see. That's a almost direct reference to Mario Brothers. These guys have too much health. I don't think we ever talked to Poe. Poe, long time no see. Hello, my lady. I just can't get enough of this castle. Incredible, right? Well, it's a little on the scary side for me. Nah. I could see myself settling down in a place like this. Sigh. You sound a little troubled, Poe. Yeah, it's just my pet. He doesn't get along with this place at all. He likes to run and run, but around here, I don't know. He could wander off and get hurt, you know? I really want him to have a good home where he can be happy and really get his wiggles out. I know just the place. You do, really? In that case here. So we got the zombie hamster, which either has a mustache or... Aw, isn't he cute? He has lots of spunk. Make sure he's got a nice big hamster wheel to run on, okay? So now we have the two items. So I guess the poster is not an item of importance. Or it's not an item right now for this quest. We'll just fly this general direction to make sure we didn't miss anything while we're up here. Because it kind of feels like there should be more content around this. But apparently not. So down we go. Down this way. This way. Hmm. And then this way takes us to the next area. Hmm. And then that way. It's not where I wanted to go yet. Right. There we go. Just gems, it seems like. Seems like they just put that there so that it could show you where not to go. They don't do anything with the creepy girls. I suppose it is kind of a step in a different direction for WayForward in the fact that there isn't some new kind of scantily clad blondes running around. Twitch and Vinegar showed up as characters, but they're callbacks. They're not trying to fill the game with yet another good-looking WayForward girl. It really is at this point kind of its own style. I mean, you see it in the monsters, and I guess that's where WayForward probably should take the Shantae series. Is that on a rare occasion they can have a nice recurring assist character, but they're gonna just have to, if they want to draw a new scantily dressed or curvaceous lady, they're gonna have to make it a just standard enemy model. And I would applaud their effort to not, or their progress here to not have every single character a female, whereas I would argue their Mighty Switch Force series is nothing but females, and pretty much the exact same, like, quadruplets. But yeah, that's that guy, but we'd be looking for a poster. I wonder if I could get her to eat the blobfish. It seems like she can't grab the blobfish. So we have a poster that we're gonna collect somewhere, and obviously that means there's gonna be some other collectible. And in this case, we can just cheat our way through this entire experience and be glad for it. Let's see. Let's see if we can damage the spider girl enough to... Spider versus spider. If there's an achievement around this, it's definitely something you would have to work on. You get a major color swap. Maybe this is just my new monitor, but like when the lightning flashes, you can see her almost pure white skin, but otherwise it's kind of a greenish tune. is just getting closer and closer. Oh man, doing 3 damage. Yeah, totally not worth that effort. And then over here. And then over here. Then some sort of a checkpoint there, I guess. I'll take the lower path. Not gonna fight that. Just trying to see if there's any collectibles. Oops. And so it does seem like we run into one of these every single time. Right. Replace the bobfish with obliterate. And replace the Sophia 3 with that. And who's to say we didn't originally get this? It's just letting me do it again. There's nothing up high, so I assume that means none of the platforms that could have gone to the sky and put me in an upward direction would have really done anything. Interesting that you can get on top of this crypt. That really puts us in a weird position though, because we've been through all of the worlds and we have all of the transformations and all of the dances. So it does feel like we might just end the game here. Otherwise we're going to probably have a boss battle against somebody, maybe Risky Boots. Like that's about all I could think would happen at this rate. Takes still a little too long to refill doing that. Okay. We also still are fairly short on money. Like, it doesn't really make sense. Feels like there should have been at least 150 more that we would have just naturally run into on top of like max attract, which I imagine would not increase my income at all. Mega Puff, let's see. Simtar, yeah, pretty much all I can do is buy Mega Puff. And then Super Mega Puff would be the next thing. Yeah, there's 2,000 or 3,000 gold. Let's see how Mega Puff works. That doesn't really feel like the same attack at that point. And how many keys? Because I know we're short 1 key. But I want to make sure that I'm only short 1 at this point. Open that one. Nope, we are short 2 keys. So, yep. I guess we just turn over the iron slab that we collected a while ago, and we turn over the hamster, and then it starts the device, and then that's going to move us to whatever the big ending is here. And I kind of had forgotten about how Shantae and Roddy Tops just bounce back and forth. It's kind of easy to forget it because when you're actually moving, you're not usually looking at her that much, and it's not until you start looking at other characters that you start to realize, oh yeah, Shantae has been bouncing like an idiot the whole time in the game. Although maybe she doesn't actually bounce when you're in real levels. Uncle, I found the iron slab for you, and a hamster too. Hello. Perfect. Here, let me take those from you. Careful? Not yet. Yeah, careful. You gave zombie hamster. You gave an iron slab. Or 1 heart upgrade. He's perfect for my machine. Now we can just smash that ugly iron slab into my hamster wheel mold. Carefully place our fuzzy friend inside and attach the wheel in place. Like that. And voila, the dynamo is complete. Did I miss anything? Yeah, unfortunately, she seems like she's underused in all the games. She seemed like she was a big character in the first game and then has been kind of forgotten. And it makes sense for Bolo to be mostly forgotten because he's not a character that you ever should really care about, but you would think she would play a bigger role. At a certain level, I suppose that is true for all the secondary characters, is that there's just so many in the series even now that they only get 1 or 2 scenes to shine, and that's it. Did I miss anything? Nope, you're just in time. Gather around, everyone. Let's fire it up and see what happens. Finally. We're ready, Uncle. I hope it explodes. Here we go. So far, so good. Hey, I don't like the looks of that. Maybe you better shut it down, Uncle. Too dangerous, look out. I don't know how you'd pronounce that. There's a line of dialogue that should have been voiced for... She's trapped. What'll we do? I can't switch it off. Ho ho, ho ho ho. Ho ho ho, ha ha ha. It's Risky Boots. Of course it's Risky Boots. Why have the sound effect and then play it later? Why write it out then play it? Just look at you poor confused simpletons. This is your doing, isn't it? If you've harmed my little girl, you'll what? Build another machine to stop me? You really are an old fool. You think I'd return the blueprints willingly? You swapped blueprints. That's right. You've been building the machine to my specifications. Your design was flawed from the start. It's true that your dynamo is capable of generating great quantities of electricity, but as a byproduct, it also produces a significant counterflow of negative energy with each rotation. So, I simply altered the plans to turn that negative energy into dark magic. Shantae, as she's being depicted here, looks very evil with like red hair and red eyes, and now her outfit is purple. Why? An experiment, of course. As you can see, I've successfully inverted the runt's magic. I've changed her from good to evil. You monster. Let her go. I have no intention of keeping her. The runt has served her purpose. Now I'm going to modify the dynamo and generate dark magic on a major scale. You see, the power to corrupt a single half-genie is fine, I suppose, but why stop there? When you can use this machine to reverse the magical polarity of the entire genie realm. Impossible. Not anymore, thanks to all of you. I'd say goodbye to the half-genie brat, but with all that evil magic coursing through her, well, let's just say she's your problem now. Ta-ta. This games like this probably have a interesting potential if there were going to be groups of fan subbers that would just like not fan subbers, but fan dubbers who would dub the unrecorded dialogue of games. Of course, there's far too many games in the history of fan dubs. None of them have been done particularly fast or to any guarantee of perfection and the idea that they actually finished the job or that they did it correctly. But yeah, it definitely stinks for me to have to hear my own voice out these characters, because I'm certainly no voice actor. Then Inhuman Fiend. Forget her. What about Shantae? Is she really evil? Is she really evil now? Shantae, can you hear my voice? I'd almost think Roddy Tops would be happy if she was evil. Ha ha ha. So, alright, this is the first time we've zoomed in on Shantae. You can see her head bracelet is silver now, and she's got glowing yellow eyes in the character profile where the red eyes on the screen. She has bright red hair that's up with a silver bracelet, big hoop silver earrings, a purple leggings, purple top. It's pretty much her same outfit there, and then big silver bracelets. So it's mostly a color palette swap. Such incredible power. What are we going to do? What can we do? I know what you can do. You can suffer. And here we see her entire face is glowing yellow, and she's got fireballs coming out of her hands. You can squirm like the pathetic maggots you are. Wallow in tormented pain forever in oblivion. Now beg for your very lives. Look out. So, who are we going to play as if Shantae is now going to be the bad guy? I guess this is all just going to happen in a dream sequence or in the genie realm. Ha ha ha. I can feel it. The darkness spreading, my strength increasing, and you. Don't do this. Suddenly here you can have a nice comparison of what Shantae's outfit looked like originally with the palette swap we're using. It's the same stuff, just gold and blue instead of purple and silver.
You're much too weak.
You're much too weak. How does it feel to lose? You have failed your friends and family so miserably. Please, everyone's still counting on you. No, this is how it ends. This is weird. Did I literally need to get all of the collectibles in the game? Otherwise I got a bad ending? That would be very, very strange. Here in the darkness, where no one can save you. No.
You never stood a chance.
It's funny to have these voice lines when they probably were only used once, maybe twice or 3 times in the entire game. Goodbye. Stop. How did you get here?
How pathetic.
Maybe these are voice lines from previous games. Maybe this has been just a copy and paste job. I wouldn't be surprised if this Kickstarter game was actually a in-between project for the next game and the previous game. So, like Shantae and the Seven Silence was in development, it was going slow. They decided, hey, instead of admitting that it's going to be delayed, let's make a Kickstarter to do a soft reboot and get a bunch of people to fund a second team to make another game while we're working on the other, on the true sequel. That definitely has been done. Usually it's never admitted to or revealed that that's how it works, but yeah, if you're really lucky, you can pull off that trick. How pathetic. Shantae, listen, it's me, Sky. We've been best friends for as long as I can remember. I know you're confused right now and that the dark magic has you surrounded, but you've got to fight it. Remember who you really are. Find your loyalty and honesty. Break free of the darkness and follow your heart. Interesting heart animations. Are we going to get a pep talk from everybody? Shantae, I know I can be a rotten friend and that I mess up a lot, but I want you to know that I've always believed in you. It's an interesting idea. Should you stay friends with somebody who is just constantly getting you in trouble? At a certain point, no. It depends on the level of trouble. I think Roddy Tops probably doesn't cause enough trouble in this kind of world for a half-genie for her to be completely shunned, but she's getting dangerously close, certainly. But then again, at the core of it, Roddy Tops does seem like she actually does care about Shantae and is a usually decent person for a zombie. But I want you to know that I've always believed in you. You're a friend to everyone. Even to someone like me, who everyone else is afraid of. Remember who you really are. Find your kindness and compassion. See, I don't know if this means that there's going to be just like several different collectibles that represent your kindness and compassion and other emotions. Break free of the darkness and follow your heart. Like, they keep hinting at that. But I don't have any control here. So. Shantae, there you are. Look, I know you're just acting weird because of the dark magic inside of you. But your uncle's really worried. We're all worried. I know you'd never give up on us. And we won't give up on you. Remember who you really are. Find your strength and courage. Now wake up. Wake up and fight. Yep, this is a sweet potential ending to the game. Particularly since this game has to kind of be like a soft reboot. And we're not we clearly can't have a real main bad guy in the narrative because we've just been bouncing around doing things that I guess was all part of Roddy Top's plan, but like all that really means is we'll have like a generic boss battle against Roddy Tops. What?
What happened?
What happened?
Where am I?
Where am I? We were trying to reach you for hours. Hours? Are you okay? I was afraid that you'd... Shh. Give her a moment. How do you feel? I'm fine, I think. You were overcome by dark magic. It was my fault, I'm afraid. No, Uncle. It was mine. I knew the genie realm was in danger. I wanted to be a hero and save the day, but I wanted to do it on my own. I guess deep down, I still felt like I had to make up for my human half. But without the strength of my human friends, I'd be lost right now. I put you all in so much danger. I'm sorry. See, this is one of those cases where Shantae probably shouldn't just immediately blame herself. Maybe you make a longer speech and you rewrite that, because it does once again put Shantae further away from being a protagonist hero and closer to being a timid leash dog is about the closest equation I can make for her. Like, and I don't like the idea of the main character in your game, particularly a female main protagonist of the game, always knocking herself down or being insecure or being under the control or the manipulation potentially of others. And Shantae definitely feels like she could easily be taking control over, and she is often taken control over and manipulated. We're just glad you're back. And if I may be so bold, I'm beginning to think your human half is the stronger part of you. Hey, thanks, Uncle. Or, hey, thanks, Uncle. Sigh. Say, what's this on the floor? You got Risky's hideout map. Risky must have dropped it when she stole the dynamo. This is where she plans to attack the genie realm. There's no time to waste. We've got a pirate queen to catch. Whoa, slow down. Yeah, we don't know anything about her plan. You could be walking right into another trap. They're right. This situation calls for patience. She said she was going to improve the machine. And we know that she was aware of only 4 components. If we had clues as to how she plans to modify those parts, I could create a device to counter her plan. But Uncle, every second we delay, Risky gets closer to corrupting the genie realm. If my mother really is inside that place, this could be my last chance to find her. You're right, of course. You can confront Risky Boots now or continue to look for clues. The choice is up to you. If you find any clue, no matter how insignificant it may seem, bring it to my workshop immediately. Understood? Roger that. You bet. I'll get Wrench ready to fly. They never really did explain how Wrench transformed. Risky, you may have the upper hand, but we're not finished yet. So, I'd offer some help, but I forgot what you're looking for. Maybe you should talk to the folks around town. A lot of them know the area well. Maybe they've seen something out of place. So, will you battle Risky Boots head on and stop her quickly, or will you search for the 4 clues and formulate a plan of attack? The choice is yours. Okay. So, seems like who's the beefy Cyclops at the shop? They say there's 3 hidden dangers hidden throughout Sequin Land. 3 hidden dances hidden throughout Sequin Land. Wonder if that means there's more dances. Techno Baron, what are you doing way out here? Pure procrastination. I've been assigned 1 billion hours of community service. They're making me tear down my factory to make way for a putrid mermaid preserve. Urgh. Well, that's what you get, I suppose. The sooner you get back to work, the sooner you'll be done. Try whistling. Never, never, I say. I refuse to lift a single digit until someone recovers my data chip. I hid it in the factory. It has all my financials on it. Find it, I say. What? You found my data chip? Have you? Yes. So we now know what the data chip. It's mine. Hand it over. Haha. Well then. I see no reason to give you a reward suitable for a peasant such as yourself. So we now have Risky's cufflink. What are you looking at? Take your reward and leave. I misread one host insists. Good luck becoming financially solvent. Alright, so let's see. So we have a clue there. And that may very well mean that we need to do this and trade this and get the last one of these and trade that. But it also means that there's at least one more thing we haven't found. Let's see. Illuminate dark areas when in bat form. We've only seen 1 dark area in the entire game. We've also not used the where is it? It would be over here now, wouldn't it? Waterfall shell. Waterfall relic allows its bearer to move through waterfalls like trout. There's a big octopus man in the gallery. There's nothing here. Hypno Baron, what are you doing here? It's impossible to work with that moronic Squid Baron, so I'm starting over fresh. I refuse to be reduced to comical banter. I will rebuild an empire of fear by feeding on sunken souls. I command you to find 10 of them. Fail in this, and I will inhabit the minds of all citizenry of Scuttletown, driving them to madness. That sounds more like the Hypno Baron I know. Bring me the sunken souls. Ha ha ha. Sunken souls, lay them at my feet. So we give the sunken souls. See how they quiver and wriggle in fear of their master? You have done well. I will give you a gift. So we now have Risky's ribbon. That object is an ornament of pure hatred. Thanks, Hypno Baron. Good luck on your fear empire. I imagine She's still just giving me hints. I don't think they even name her as a character. Sunken souls lie down below in the deepest, darkest waters. We already know that. I think we already found them all, even though we didn't know what they were for. But still, this would be a point where they probably should be giving you ridiculous amounts of gold and rupees. Ammo Baron, what are you doing here? What's it look like? I'm shopping for spare parts. Until I repair my ship and get her airborne, my entire fleet's up there just burning fuel. If I had 5 pieces of scrap metal, I could fix my ship and get out of your lousy hair. Whoa, hold the phone. Is that scrap metal for yours truly? Yeah. Bosh, that's not enough of them. Come back when you have 5 of them. A mouse with the power to bite would become very dangerous. Metal scraps can be found on the ground. Try pounding in places that seem suspicious, so we now know where to get the metal scraps. Saw a creepy specter entering a bathhouse. Okay. We haven't been talking to the mayor. You pretty much don't do anything with the mayor in any of these games. If you find all 10 gallery keys, I'll give you something or other. Squid Baron. Yo. So if Squid Baron is in the gallery, then we kind of know the gallery always existed in the game and it wasn't added in the Ultimate Edition. You're here. I thought I destroyed you in battle. Nah, you get over the explosions and screen clearing blast after a while. No permanent harm done. But check this out. Have you seen all the Squid Baron fan art in this place? I'm some sort of global phenomena. In fact, here. So we get a velvet poster. Now we can give the poster to the other guys. If I had to take some artwork down, I had to take some artwork down to make room for more pics of me. Man. But this is someone's artwork. Some person poured their heart and soul into this. Bah, toss it. No way, I'm gonna find it a good home. So I don't know what I'm getting when I give the poster to the other character. Let's see. Velvet poster, the person in this image looks very healthy. That's all it says. So, no telling what that's supposed to represent. Like, I'd almost think it was a reference to Elvis. Let's give these clues. Yeah, you know you have a problem where if most of the game you have 3 characters in the same room, there is a lack of room design, level design in general. We get some really big stretched out levels, but not a lot of them and not a lot of variety. Look, Uncle, I found something. You gave Risky cufflinks. Well, this could be Risky's cuff length. Let's have a look at that. There's a smudge from sealant often used with insulated rubber hoses. I'll keep studying it. Good work. Finding any clues? I found Risky's ribbon. Let's have a look at it. It smells of sulfur. What she building uses a great heat as a power source. I'll keep studying it. Good work. Now, if this is like the first game, or a soft remake of the first game, her engine would be the steam engine that was stolen in the first game may just be replaced with this dynamo, and she may just be building a giant mechanical robot ship. Yeah, I don't know if these characters are named either. But you kind of know in this instance that each of these characters are special people. Whereas in previous games, there have been 2 or 3 belly dancer type characters walking around the city. And they felt like they were kind of repeats. And I want to fly somewhere. You ready to take on... Wrench is ready to file. You ready to take on Risky Boots? You bet. No matter what evil recipe she's cooking up, I'm sure I'm gonna bite it. Well, okay then. See, I wonder if this is gonna force us into a boss battle. I don't think it should, because that would really stink. Alright. One assumes if we go to Risky's hideout, that's the boss battle and there's no collectibles at all there. I just have to assume that. If you look on the map, it definitely seems like there's not any other levels. Where there clearly was room for other levels. There could have been a snow level, certainly. There could have been a water level, for as bad as water levels are in games. Let's see. There's not really much of a forest level. Mermaid Falls is sort of foresty, but it's also sort of ancient ruiny, and there's room for both of those to be improved. We've clearly missed 2 collectibles there. We need to go there to do the main story. I don't think there really is a reason to go to Tasseltown at all. Clearly, we need to go to Mermaid Falls. I don't think there's any reason to go to Main Street. So, yeah, I think Mermaid Falls pretty much has it. Then we go to Tasseltown to try and find that key we missed. And then we go to Cape Crustacean to find what else we've missed. And try to get all the collectibles. And yeah, we'll do that in the next recording. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and get me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.